guys, Coach Joe, lead trainer of the Grindhouse Training Systems, currently in the Grindhouse, frozen tundra right now, but that's all right. We work hard when we get sweaty, okay? So recently I've been getting some questions from the Instagram, follow at ZatStrength, is that people want to know how I do my programming. So I'm going to go through a sample workout of what we would do on an upper body type of day for someone who wants to get lean and mean, or actually anybody, because the program really is designed to be for anyone. So anybody that comes in, it's not cookie cutter. I modify the program specifically for each individual client that's going to be in training that day. But I'm going to go through that. A lot of this programming is also based off of my boy Zach Evanesh and his philosophy, the Underground Strength Crew. Salute to you guys. You guys are kick-ass. It's awesome to be a part of that. So if you guys have any interest in this kind of thing, I would definitely check out Zach Evanesh and the Underground Strength Gym and kind of how he runs it. And then what I do is follow the same principles, but I modify it a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, everything we do are on a whiteboard. So I have a whiteboard up here and I have a whiteboard down below. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a whiteboard down there, okay? So when you come in right away, you see the workout on the board, and we go through it before we even start. And that's actually a little idea that I got from Mark Devine, who is a former Navy SEAL. He talks about how we need to visualize completing the workout before we even start it. So I run the workout through, with everybody, go all the way through, and make them visually see that they're going to complete this workout. And we break it down movement by movement, and then we get into the warm-up. All right, so you would walk in, you would see this. On the top, I got 2015 is the year of gains, which it is, getting some lean and mean badasses in here. Number one, what we would do is warm up and mobilize. Okay, so the first thing we go through is like a normal PVC warm up, stretch out the shoulders. Then we move into more dynamic movements, jumping jacks, lunges, squats, mountain climbers, all that stuff just to get the blood flowing. So that's normally 5 to 10 minutes just with that whole process. Okay, so then once we're all warmed up, come back to the board. We have ZatStrength. Okay, so ZatStrength, there is always the strength movements for the workout. So I always plan right in the beginning. Okay, so 1A is going to be, so this is for an upper body, it's going to be a bench press. 4 by 6, okay? So you're going 4 sets, 6 reps, trying to increase the weight as much as possible, okay? And then you're going to superset that with a dumbbell row, okay? So it's 4 by 8, so you're going 4 sets, 8 dumbbell rows each arm, okay? So we're working on our chest and our back. So we're trying to get those as heavy as possible. It's great for getting a good pump as well as building strength, all right? So then, where things get a little bit unique, and this is where I really think that the programming is awesome, is we incorporate what's called a reset. Okay, so the reset are movements that are going to correct our posture. Say we're doing a lot of movements from the front. We're using, on the front of our deltoids, our pec major, for instance. Anything from the front, what's going to happen is our shoulders are going to start to round forward. So the reset's designed to pull everything back, okay, and have good posture. Shoulders back, chest is up. All right, so what we do there, okay, is we'll go through this 2 to 3 rounds. It depends on what clients I have and where their ability is at, but we'll do band pulls, okay? So you're just taking the band and you're pulling it back, working on the back of the shoulders, the traps, and the scaps, okay? Then we'll go either knees to chest off the dip bars, or we'll go toes to bar. So as you can see, it all depends on the level of athlete that I have. If I have someone who isn't at toes to bar yet, we go knees to chest. And then if they can't even do knees to chest, we'll have them do something like Supermans or some V-sits or some sit-ups. So it's all about who I have in, and the workout's always different. This is kind of more of the advanced category, but we always have progressions and regressions for each movement. So then we would hit band curls, okay, just get a little bit of a pump in the arms. Now when we do our band pulls or our band curls, we're not going to fatigue, okay? We have 2 to 3 rounds. All I tell my clients to do is do it enough to where you can feel the muscles working and you're not totally smoked. If you're totally smoked, then you're working too hard, okay? So it's supposed to be a reset. You're going to let your heart rate come down a little bit. You're still going to be sweating, but it's not going to be a full-out workout. So like I said, we hit that 2 to 3 rounds. Next, we go to numero tres, okay, which is going to be pull-ups, dips, and push-ups. Now we have pull-ups, okay, and next to pull-ups it says sub-max. And I actually got this from Travis Stetzel at trainaggressive.com. He was actually one of my online coaches. So whenever it says sub-max, okay, that means if your max amount of pull-ups was 20, you would do about 17. Cut it 3 short from your max, because we have 3 rounds, so we want to make sure that we get the most out of those rounds rather than just fatiguing ourselves right out the bat, okay? So you do pull-ups. Now, if you can't do pull-ups, we would do some rows or a different type of regression, set up the Olympic bar, do some reverse pull-ups. And then we have dips, okay? So I have the dip bars over there on the rig. So what we would do is you could do sub-max dips. So it's the same concept as the pull-ups. If you could do 20 dips, you would cut it down to 15 to 17 dips. And if I have a stronger athlete, I'm going to tell them to do it with resistance. So I have chains. So I'll put chains on some of my stronger athletes, and they'll do sub-max with chains, okay, just to get them as strong as possible and push them as much as we need to. It all depends on their goals. If they want to get stronger, right, we might reduce the reps a little bit, increase the resistance. So maybe they're going 4 to 10 reps with a lot heavier weight than they would if they were just going body weight. So like I said, everything's modified to the individual client. Then I change it up actually a little bit here, and I push-ups max, okay? So what I want to do is actually want to fatigue them more with the muscles that we used earlier, okay, with those push-ups. So they're banging out the pull-ups, banging out the dips. Now when they get to push-ups, they're going all hell breaks loose, as many push-ups as possible, where it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit chaotic, but I think that's what separates me from the cookie cutter programs is we throw in some twist to those workouts. So you think sub-max, ooh, push-up, sub-max, no way in hell, man. We're going full out, blown max set. So I have those suckers in there, all right? Then from there, we hit another reset. Okay, the reset's the same thing as it was before. Band pulse, knees to chest or toes to bar, and band curls. Following the same principles, it could be 2 to 3 rounds. It all depends on who I have in here, okay, and the time frame that we have. And like I said, you can modify or change up any of those to make it work for the client. All right, and then after that, we have a finisher. Finishers are great. Okay, they're great for leaving it all out on the floor and really just fatiguing those muscles and just getting everything out that you have to, okay? So we always like to leave feeling good and just kind of killing it in the training session. So what that would look like for an upper body day would be 8 clean and presses each arm. That can be with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, depending on the skill level of the athlete, okay? Actually, excuse me, first there would be 10 ball slams. So we have the balls that you can slam on the ground. All right, so you do 10 of those, pick it all the way up, slam as hard as you can, and then go into those 8 clean and presses. So that'd be 8 per arm. And then we have 4 explosive burpees. I'm a really big believer in dropping the number of burpees to be increasing the amount of explosiveness that you have with the burpees. So instead of doing 21 burpees or something like that, I reduce it to anywhere between 4 to 6 burpees. Most of the time, it depends. If we're doing another sort of finisher, we may increase it to increase endurance. But what I'm trying to do is build explosive athletes. So if we do 4 burpees, what they do is hit a burpee, but instead of just jumping up real quick and going back down, they jump as high as they can, right? Executing all the amount of energy that they possibly can and being explosive as possible. So we reduce those number and we only hit 4 of them. And I really think that makes explosive athletes. And it's something I've been, incorporating into the programming. And I personally and my clients have had really great benefits from that. So give those a try. They're pretty killer. And what that's going to be is it's going to be a 6-minute AMRAP. So it's not 3 or 4 minutes, which is a little bit too short, I feel like, for a finisher. It's right in that uncomfortable zone, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. All right, so we'll do that for an AMRAP. All right, and then after that, we do a little bit of mobilization, and then I always talk about tip of the day. So tip of the day could be remember your why, or remember your reason why you're doing something like that. What up, big dog? That's cool. You can be in the video. And then that's how we pretty much go through an entire workout. And I actually have a client who walks in, and he's always saying that the board looks too easy, but then he always leaves drenched in sweat and complaining about how much work it was. All right, so it may not look like it's too much, but you always leave with a really good pump. And this is a great basic workout. Feel free to use it. Check it out. So this is for your upper body, and that's about it. So make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, my name, and then check it out on Instagram. So Instagram would be ZatStrength. And any questions, please feel free to email me at zatstrength@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to answer them back with a video response. All right, keep killing it, train aggressive, have a great day, peace. What's going on, dude?